Info Plus for genuine information.
Excellency Terai.
Namaste. Welcome to the Estonian Embassy in Delhi.
Thank you so much for welcoming us.
Her Excellency Marje Luup, the Ambassador of the Republic of Estonia to India, concurrently aggregate to Bangladesh, Nepal and Sri Lanka since August 2023. With over 2 decades of diplomatic experience, Ambassador Luup has played a key role in Estonia's development, cooperation, economic diplomacy, and foreign policy administration. Prior to her current role, she served as Director General of the Administrative Department at Estonia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs for 10 years. She has also held crucial positions in Stockholm, Helsinki, and various international cooperation divisions, shaping Estonia's global engagement. Her academic journey reflects her commitment to international affairs. She has trained at the German Foreign Service Academy, studied at the University of Amsterdam, and holds a master's degree in German and English philology from Tallinn University. Her expertise is further strengthened by her multilingual abilities as she speaks Estonian, English, German, Finnish, Russian, Swedish, and French. Through her leadership and diplomatic expertise, Ambassador Luup continues to foster stronger ties between Estonia and South Asia, emphasizing cooperation in trade, development, and cultural exchange.
Namaste and Terai. Welcome to this special edition of our program Info Plus on Himalayan TV with me, your host Rebecca Chetri. Now we are in New Delhi at Estonia Embassy to bring you an exclusive conversation with Her Excellency Marje Luup, the Ambassador of Estonia to Nepal. Nepal and Estonia established diplomatic relations on September 19, 1992. Since then, the two countries have maintained friendly ties, particularly engaging in multilateral cooperation, trade, technology, and education. Stay tuned with us for this insightful discussion coming to you straight from New Delhi.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Your Excellency, Namaste and Terai. Welcome to Info Plus on Himalayan Television, a diplomat series which has been running since 20 years. And right now, we are so much privileged and honored to be here at the Embassy of Estonia to have an interview with us on Info Plus.
Namaste, tere, and welcome, tere tulemast to Estonian embassy, small but a very nice embassy, as we refer also to our country. Estonia is small but very beautiful.
Your Excellency, can you share a bit about your journey, how you entered into diplomacy?
It was actually a very big coincidence. I'm by profession a teacher. I'm a German teacher actually. But somehow after the university I ended up at the Estonian School of Diplomacy. We have such a school. It's not part of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it's an independent school. And when I was graduating from there, then I had the stagiairship at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then I continued my master studies in Amsterdam at the University of Amsterdam. And when I returned to Estonia, then I decided that I have to join the Ministry of Foreign Affairs because international relations is something I really like, and it's important to present your country. So as a diplomat, we are actually the business cards of our country.
So you're a career diplomat or a political diplomat?
I'm a career diplomat.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
So I have been working in our Ministry of Foreign Affairs over 20 years.
Okay. So you must have faced lots of challenge during your journey as a diplomat.
There are always challenges because you are working in different countries, you are moving constantly. As you know, probably most of us stay in one country for 3 or 4 years, and then you are moving on. And in between, of course, you come back to the ministry, and then you are dealing with different topics. So I think during my time in the ministry, I have been dealing with 8 or 9 different topics. But this is good, because otherwise, if you are dealing only with one topic, then it might get a little bit boring.
Can you share an overview of the diplomatic relationship between Estonia and Nepal and the key cooperations between two countries?
Estonia and Nepal established the diplomatic relations in 1992, so it's already quite a long time ago. And yes, we are covering Nepal from Delhi, from here, and Nepalese embassy is located in Denmark, in Copenhagen. And currently we have in Nepal only one honorary consul, Mr. Navaraj Dahal. Since 2013 he has been representing Estonia there, and he's doing excellent job. So we are really glad to have him there.
So you've been an ambassador of Estonia to Nepal. Do you have any new initiatives or agreements on the pipeline in the coming years?
There is always something in the pipeline. So I was really lucky to visit Nepal last year for three times. So I went basically once during the springtime, while I was also able to visit Lumbini, birthplace of Buddha. It was a very nice experience. And then twice during the autumn. And on all those occasions we have been discussing the possibilities for increasing our cooperation. Because as we say, there could always be more. We do already have cooperation in some areas, but still the contacts are not so good as we would like to have them. And we have to look into from both sides, then also from Nepali side, what we can do more.
As you mentioned that you have visited Nepal 3 times after your tenure, and I believe you took your tenure as an ambassador of Estonia to Nepal in 2022?
2023.
2023. Yes. And so how do you find Nepal as a country and its people?
Beautiful, and people very friendly. So far I have visited mostly Kathmandu, and then also Lumbini, as I mentioned. And Kathmandu was a really lovely city. I really liked it. So all the cultural, historical heritage which is there, and we as Estonians, we also cherish the cultural heritage to a very large extent. We have a lot of old buildings, medieval buildings, also many manor houses which have been restored. So this is something which is in common in case of Estonia and Nepal. But of course, you can't talk about Nepal without mentioning the nature, the Nepalese nature and mountains. They are really beautiful.
So as you mentioned that Estonia is very rich in culture and heritage, as so Nepal. So do we have any plan to have a cultural exchange program between two countries? And also we can do lots of things to promote tourism between two countries, isn't it, Your Excellency?
Certainly we should, yes. Tourism is already there. Again, the numbers of tourists could be bigger, but as our honorary consul is also active in tourism industry, then especially Estonian mountaineers, also people who like to trek in the mountains, they are quite frequent visitors. We have several Estonians who have been to Nepal 6 times, 7 times, 10 times, and they keep coming back because they like it so much. But of course, there could be more visitors. And from Nepal to Estonia, the numbers are really small. So we would like to see certainly more Nepalese people visiting Estonia. It's understandable because Estonia is far, but the travel possibilities are there. So it is not so comfortable maybe, but I think that the journey is worth the result.
So how would you describe the evolution of Estonia to Nepal relationship in the coming years?
Of course, we would like to see, first of all, more visits, high-level visits, because we have not had many of those. And in bilateral relations, it's always good to have visits, because this is where you discuss the current topics. Last year in October, we had our Deputy Foreign Minister visiting Nepal. So this is the most recent high-level visit. But hopefully we can exchange the visits more also during this year. There have been some delegations from Nepal coming to Estonian e-governance and digital conferences. We have a Tallinn Digital Summit and also an e-governance conference. So these are the two big events where Nepali officials have been participating. And in addition, of course, we should enhance the people-to-people contacts, exactly, cultural exchange, as you mentioned.
As you mentioned about digital economics and e-governance, are there any initiatives to share Estonia's expertise with Nepal?
The answer is certainly yes. And there have been already many groups of Nepalese officials going to Estonia and learning from our experiences in e-governance. What Estonia did already mid-90s, we decided that we want to become a digital society. And actually we did quite successfully. At those times, of course, we had to use computers. Nowadays, we all have mobile phones, and we are working with the solutions for the mobile phones. But what we did, we took the computers to the schools and to the libraries. We have a big network of public libraries. It meant that people were able to go to the libraries. They were able to use the computers for free. And they were also provided with computer classes. Elderly people, for example, who didn't have any experience with the computers. And where we have ended up now is that our society functions almost fully digitally. Within the government system, we don't have any papers. So all the letters we are exchanging only electronically via government systems. All the contracts we are signing electronically. The companies are sending e-invoices, so no papers is moving around. And it's also, besides being time efficient, it's also very environmental friendly.
As we all know that Estonia is known as a global leader for digital transformation. What do you think Nepal can learn from Estonia's digital transformation?
I would say that the biggest possibilities lie exactly in governance. So how to bring IT solutions into the governance, how the government of Nepal could work via electronic systems. I know that there are already many initiatives in place. But there are always, or there is always more possibilities for development in this regard. And we have been able to use the ICT solutions in basically every field of life. So the technology is there in the schools, in education, also in health. So the history of your medical records is available in computers. So the data is there, and you can change your doctor. You can go to one doctor or you go to another doctor, and they see the same picture in the computer. So it's much easier for people and also for the doctors. Tax declaration. For us, it takes 5 minutes to fill our tax declaration because it's pre-filled already from the state. So basically, there are so many possibilities. You can use e-solutions in the state system. The state should have your information, and all the services the state is providing to you as a citizen should come automatically from the system. It saves so much time. So this is certainly something we should investigate more.
Yes, that sounds really interesting to know.
Yes, and if I may add, then now the new field where we are very good is cybersecurity. So from ICT sector we moved further to the cybersecurity. NATO Cyber Excellence Center is located in Estonia, and also the European Union IT agency. It's called EU-LISA. The headquarters is in Tallinn. And the cooperation with countries is nowadays quite a lot of cybersecurity, because this is something we all have to deal with nowadays.
Yes, because that has been a very huge issue all over the world right now.
The more digital we become, the more vulnerable the systems are.
That's true.
Because the hackers are also developing all the time. And therefore, we do have to pay a lot of attention on cyber hygiene and cybersecurity.
Your Excellency, what are the current trades and investment opportunities between Estonia and Nepal?
We have, unfortunately, very little trade. So it's mainly traditional sectors. It's a bit of tea and a bit of handicrafts. So this is certainly also one of the fields where we could have much more. And I would say also that the opportunities for Estonian investments are there in Nepal. We have to promote more Nepal to Estonian investors. It might be energy sector, for example. It might be, of course, also ICT. It might be tourism and hospitality. So we have been thinking with Honorary Consul as well that we should have some kind of ways to connect people and businesses better. Maybe it might be Nepali-Estonian Chamber of Commerce. It has been under discussion. And it might be business delegations coming from Nepal or from Estonia. So it's always good to exchange business delegation, because then people see with their own eyes. And I think also the ideas flourish when people meet. And also, why not, whenever there are big Nepali investment conferences, we can promote them in Estonia. But of course, the world is so big and the competition is big. So hopefully Estonian companies are finding more ways to come to Nepal.
Though I've not been to Estonia, but I heard that Estonia is a beautiful place. One must visit. So how do you think both the countries can boost tourism in coming years? Because as Nepal is also a very beautiful country with lots of Himalayas, Mount Everest, Lumbini.
Yes, tourism is certainly one of the options for us to enhance our cooperation. And I think it's a little bit easier for Estonians to come to Nepal. And the interest is there, of course, because we don't have mountains. The highest mountain in Estonia is 318 meters. So people are really eager to come and see the Himalayas. But in case of Estonia, we have also a lot to offer. It's beautiful landscapes. Something Nepal doesn't have is a long coastline. So we have beautiful beaches. We have very nice sea, very clean sea, very clean nature. Also one of the cleanest airs in the world. So
that sounds wonderful.
For me, always when I go to Estonia, this is something I enjoy because here in Delhi and a little bit also in Kathmandu, we are struggling with pollution. So this is something we are always promoting. Plus, we have a lot of history. So in Tallinn, we have one of the most well-preserved old medieval towns, which is, I think it's the best-known tourism attraction of Estonia. But we have also many old manor houses, some castles, which have been turned to hotels or to spa resorts. So it's possible to have a very nice spa experience. And
sounds beautiful.
Estonians like also trekking and just spending time outdoors. So we have a lot of natural conservation parks, a lot of trekking possibilities. You can take a bike and just drive around. Yes. And yes, we didn't talk about the size of Estonia, because the population of Estonia is a little bit less than 1.4 million people, so 1.37 currently. And it means that the country is rather sparsely populated. You can travel around or you can walk around and you don't see people. You might meet many wild animals like bear or boar or deer or elk, but not so many people. In the cities, yes, of course, but on countryside it's really silent, and many people go to the nature in order to just enjoy and listen to silence, as we say. Talk to nature. And I think it's very, very common with Nepalese people as well. In the mountains, you do the same.
Sounds beautiful. And I'm sure we'll definitely work together to boost tourism in coming years, Your Excellency.
Honorary Consul was just visiting the biggest Estonian tourism fair. He was just visiting Estonia, and he had a lot of meetings, a lot of new contacts with Estonian tourism agencies. So hopefully there will be more tourism groups coming to Nepal, and why not also then Nepali tourism groups to Estonia.
How can Estonia and Nepal collaborate for cultural actions, and what more can be done to strengthen the ties between two countries?
This is a very good question, and I wish I would have also a good answer, because what we see here also, it's so difficult actually to bring the performers, for example, from Estonia to India, not to mention then to Nepal even. We have had several ensembles here. Estonian bands have been playing in India, participating on different festivals. But still, it's quite few. And I think in case of Nepal, I don't know at least that there would have been an Estonian concert. We should consider it, of course. But again, the distance is a little bit of an issue here. And as to my understanding, also Nepali groups have not been to Estonia yet. So I guess we should talk to your embassy in Denmark and see whether we have some kind of possibilities, because there are some support systems, some funds are there which could support the possible travel, but it is a challenge, I would say. Yes, it would be nice to have this kind of cultural exchange, because this is how you actually
make a very positive impact.
Yes, and that's how you get to know the culture and the people.
Yes, that's true.
We have to try to find the possibilities.
Climate change has been a happening issue all over the world right now. As the ambassador of Estonia to Nepal, are you giving some initiation from your side on this issue, Your Excellency?
Climate change is affecting all of us, and we might think that Estonia is somewhere up north, and it doesn't concern us, but of course it does.
True.
Usually our summers used to be 25 degrees, it's already rather hot. But now during the last years we have had several weeks with plus 35 degrees, which is a heat wave for us. What we also see is that our winters are getting less cold, and there is less snow, which is also an issue for us. So we are dealing with climate change and the implications quite seriously, and this is something we can tackle also only in cooperation with other countries. So there have been discussions also with Nepal, between Estonia and Nepal. In your case, of course, the glaciers and the melting of glaciers is an issue. cleanliness of rivers, things like that. So there are certainly topics we can talk about in this regard.
So we can see lots of positive on this regard in coming years, I believe.
At least some initiatives.
Yes.
Hopefully.
We can see lots of Nepalese students going abroad for their further education. I believe there are few students in Estonia as well, and I would like to know, is there any scholarship facilities for the students who would like to seek their further education in Estonia?
Yes, there are. Estonia doesn't have so many foreign students because as a country, again, we are so small, and it means also that our universities are a bit smaller than some other universities in the world. But we do have several good universities. The best known one is Tartu University, and in Tartu we do have also some Nepalese students studying. It's two other most known universities would be in Tallinn. It's the Tallinn Technological University, which goes by name TalTech. It's mainly engineering, ICT, also mining. And we also have Tallinn University. So these are the three big ones, the main universities. And there are some scholarship systems also in place. Of course, for a student, it means quite a lot of investigative work before he or she wants to go to Estonia in order to find out what kind of possibilities there are and also to get this place and to get the scholarship. And in case of Estonia, we usually talk about master level studies already.
As we can see, recently the US government has been changed. So is that affecting Estonia economy?
Definitely it is, yes. US is a very important player in the world, and the decisions made in Washington are having implications to all of us. We have heard a lot of talk about tariffs. So tariffs is something which is important for European countries, but also for all the Asian countries, including Nepal. And it probably takes now a little bit time. Then we will see how it's actually going to work and what kind of measures the United States is putting into the place. Because currently there have been discussions ongoing, but not the final decisions yet. But in case of Estonia, which is member of the European Union, of course, we have to find ways how to be stronger and more self-reliant in Europe.
You are serving as an ambassador of Estonia to Nepal, based in New Delhi, Your Excellency. How is it easy for you to do your job?
It's not so easy because besides Nepal, I also have responsibility over Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. So altogether, it's 4 countries. And India, as you know, it's huge.
Yes.
So there is a lot happening in India. But at least my goal is that once a year I visit also the other countries. And as I mentioned, last year I was able to visit Nepal already 3 times. So I'm quite sure that hopefully very soon I'm able to visit Nepal again.
What did you like the most about Nepal?
During my current visits, I liked most the heritage, the historical heritage in Kathmandu. But I'm really looking forward to spending a weekend to have a possibility to go trekking. Not to the higher mountains, but yes, just to walk around a little bit and see and enjoy the beautiful nature of Nepal and see the mountains, because this is something we always enjoy as we don't have them.
Looking ahead, what are Estonia's key priorities for Nepal in coming years, Your Excellency?
We should proceed in different areas in our cooperation. As we already talked, the 2 main areas we already have some cooperation. It's ICT and tourism. So in these fields, of course, we should proceed as well. But in addition to that, we should find some new ways. It might be then just the climate or green energy, for example. It might be also enhancing trade and commerce. Estonia has more than half of its territory covered by forest, meaning that we have a lot of wood. We have a very good timber and wood industry. And we are producing, for example, really beautiful wooden houses, log houses, which would be very suitable for the mountainous areas in Nepal. So there are several possibilities to be investigated further.
Finally, what message would you like to give to the Nepali viewers about Estonia and its partnership? Estonia is a small country, but Nepal also says that it's a small country. For us, of course, the Nepali population is very big, but I hear very often that Nepal is small, and of course in comparison to the neighboring countries it is. And we would like to see that small countries, let's say then Estonia and Nepal as small countries, should cooperate more. Because especially nowadays when our world is very turbulent and we have to be very cautious about our future, it means that small countries must cooperate. And we have to find new ways for our cooperation. We have to enhance our ties in different fields. And I really hope that especially our people-to-people contacts are going to be much more frequent than they have been until now. Thank you for sharing your insight, Your Excellency. It has been wonderful talking to you at the Embassy of Estonia here in New Delhi. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Namaste and Terai. Thank you so much for coming to Delhi and having this interview. It was wonderful to talk to you, and I hope that we are going to meet again in Kathmandu. Thank you. Aitäh. Thank you.
Info Plus for genuine information.
That brings us to the end of this engaging conversation with Her Excellency Marje Luup, the Ambassador of Estonia to Nepal, here in New Delhi. It has been a privilege to travel from Nepal to bring you this exclusive discussion on the evolving partnership between our two countries. Thank you for watching this special edition on Info Plus Himalayan TV. Until next time, take care and namaste.
Info Plus for genuine information.